Hey fellow Guardians, Dark here, and it's Season 18, Season of the Plunder, and we have a new 6-man team activity called Ketchcrash. And this video will show you how to do it and give you tips on how to do it easily, and if done correctly, quickly too. This is, by the way, done in normal mode, and this is offensive, so I have a feeling there's another mode where it's gonna be defensive. So there will be 5 parts for this activity, and the first part is going to be clearing out the ads that are attacking your ship. So there will be 3 spawn areas for this one. The first one is going to be right here in the middle, and then there's going to be 2 on the sides, to the left and the right. Once you've cleared about 2 to 3 waves of enemies, the next part will start and task you to align the cannon accelerators, which is very easy. There will be 4 of them, 1 on each side, so at least one of you have to stay there for a couple of seconds. Once you see this animation, that means you're done for that area. All you need to do now is to defend that area, making sure that no enemies will get inside that circle. So my tip here is once you're finished, you can head out and look for a cover where you can stay safe and at the same time kill the enemies that are spawning right in front of you. But also be mindful of possible enemies that are coming from above. So another tip here, if you're working with a fire team that you could communicate with, ask one of them to control the ads that are coming from the top. Now you will just have to defend until that blue line crosses over that indicator or wait for the whistle. Once you hear the whistle, that's your signal to head on to that cannon to proceed to the next part. Once you reach this area, you're going to have to interact with that console and it will give you a random activity. So for now, we're going to start with the maintenance bay. There are 2 entrances for this area depending on where you came from, but it will still kind of look the same. Now clear the enemies in the center and get away from the middle, because if you don't, this is going to happen. Anyways, the first part that you will need to do here is to lessen the health of that walker until it becomes shielded. When it is shielded, you need to kill a scorched captain, that one, in order for you to get that scorched cannon, which you will use to destroy those shield generators. There will be 5 shield generators, but it is going to be random, so you need to be observant and target them correctly because you only have 10 shots. If you're the one handling the scorched cannon and once you have destroyed all 5, I suggest using the last few ammo to destroy the other walker's shield generators, if they haven't destroyed it yet. Now continue pummeling the walker up until it shows its weakness, and of course target that weakness to make it a lot easier for you to take it down. Now for the ether storage, this one, you will have to destroy storage tanks using ether charges. And you can get these charges from enemies called Gunnery Mate, which will give you 5 charges. So you'll just have to pick it up and throw it to those glowing tanks. Now there are about 13 tanks, but I could be wrong. Please let me know in the comments down below if there is actually more or actually less. But my biggest tip here is to actually target the middle of 2 tanks. That way you can destroy 2 tanks with only 1 charge. But if you're bad at aiming, all you need to do is to target the nearest wall or floor so that you will not miss. Because I shit you not, this happened to me. And another tip, make sure that it's clear before you throw, because sometimes the enemies will take a dive right at you, and when you throw, you both die at the same time. Once you've destroyed all the tanks, Drifter or Spider will say something, and that is your cue to proceed to the next part. But if what is given to you is the treasure hoard area, then this is what you need to do. You'll first need to destroy 3 servitors that are guarding 3 terminals. So you can either do it one at a time, or you can do it separately and attack all 3 terminals at the same time. Next, you will have to stand inside the circle to start the hacking, and the more guardians inside, the faster the hacking process. And once the 3rd one is done, you can now start hitting that security optic. But please do be careful because there are going to be turrets and enemies that are going to attack you from all sides. Another worth mentioning is not to be at the position of where the eyes is looking at, because if you are in that area, you will not be able to move fast, making you susceptible to every attack from the enemies. So once its shield is back up, all you need to do again is to find those 3 servitors, hack those 3 terminals, and then take all of your anger out on that big CCTV. The third part is the captain's quarters, where you need to clear all of the enemies here and giving the boss a taste of his or her or its or whatever medicine. When the area is clear, you are now free to interact with the console, which will lead you to the next activity, which is either one of the activities that you haven't done prior to this room. So if you had Treasure Hoard in the part 2, then in part 4, you have a 50% chance of getting Maintenance Bay or Ether Storage. Now for the last part, which is the boss fight, I can't really give a concrete guide because this boss kind of changes every week. Because this is week 1, so we have AI or II, but I think it's II because pirates. So with that said, if you are here, then just clear the enemies before heading to the end of the ship. And for your information, when it comes to II, when you damage it enough, it will retreat back and call on a lot of servitors and shield itself. But my tip here is, which is what I usually do, I actually head to the balcony, clear the area for any enemies that are going to be attacking me from the back, and then destroy the servitors that are protecting AI. For me, this is a vantage point because you can see clearly where the enemies are and you can destroy them from afar. Once the boss is down, head back to the chest, get your loot, and be happy to do it all over again. Which is really part of the game Destiny 2. So if you want to complete the seasonal challenge for week 1 or the other weeks, you can check out this video over here. And if not, you can check out my other videos for Destiny 2 over here. By the way, I'm Dark, and I hope that I'll see you again next time.